Stand by. Hello, ho ho ho. Hello, ho ho ho. Third installment of Christmas in July. Welcome back. I have got a buttload of CDs, so we're just gonna crank through some, and some you might find interesting, some you might find boring, but you'll definitely see a lot. So we're gonna do a lot tonight, because it'll help me figure out what I got anyway. So there we are, Rockapella. I said a lot of these are promos. I pulled out just one whole drawer of a cabinet, so we're just gonna crank through them. There's probably about 200 here. Rockapella, an all acapella group. This was a promo. Never found anything that really jumped at me, but we got it. Do you know what we're listening to? Joyous, Mutilato. This is actually Mark Mothersbaugh of Devo. Put out his interpretations of holiday music. And then a lot of classic rock groups somewhere along the way decided, hey, you really needed to get into Christmas music. Here's one of them. REO Speedwagon's Not So Silent Night. And sadly to say, it's still a pretty silent night. Remember listening to it? It is very formulaic and does not really rock. It's pretty mellow. The classic Rounded Records released most of Raffi's stuff, but here's Raffi's Christmas album, Children's Artist. This has actually been reissued recently, but I bought this quite a while back. First time it was put out on CD. Paul Revere and the Raiders, their Christmas album. And there's a couple of original songs on here, about half of them. It is actually kind of pretentious at points. It's very much a product of its time. This, I believe, is Randy Plummer. I believe he's a Branson performer. I'd have to verify that, but that was a promo from the store. Very much kind of a Christian, gospel-y sounding thing. One of my favorites here, They Might Be Giants. This is their holiday collection here. Has a couple of Santa's beard is nice. They do a cover of the like Santa Claus on here. Oh, Tannenbaum. Very nice collection. Psycho Sticks. I believe Chris Berry turned me on to that, I believe. I think so. I think I bought this down in Delmore at the Delmore store, street side. Hardcore punk versions of a lot of Christmas songs. There's even some videos out there. The Tamas Orchestra, just very generic kind of keyboardy with a few other instruments added in, standard background music. One of Bill Burkholt's favorite artists. There's the Leon Redbone Christmas Island album. Very nice, smooth, mellow acoustic, and Leon Redbone's unique voice. Really nice import collection on Disky of Brenda Lee. She had a really long career. I'm sorry, Peggy Lee. Not to be confused with Brenda Lee. And it's a really nice Christmas collection. She has a smooth voice. And there's actually a nice version of Toys for Tots, kind of a commercial for that thing. This I picked up somewhere where they had a bunch of low-budget country albums. Jeannie Seeley, Number One Christmas. It's very much what it looks like, a budget country truck stop Christmas collection. This actually has some really good stuff, some remixes. Back in early 90s, I believe, I might have bought this even at Creve Core. RuPaul's VH1 production of Ho Ho Ho. So RuPaul cranking out the dance hits for Christmas. This has been reissued on vinyl a couple times, and it's kind of a stretch, but it's I believe a live recording of Jimi Hendrix performing Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. They promoted this a couple times at the holidays. They put it out on vinyl. I think there's been a picture disc, and a couple CD reissues. All right. See what else we have here. Katie Tunstall, who's a pretty good performer. Actually, I think this was in collaboration with Target. They've done things. She put out a nice EP. She has a pretty nice cover of 2,000 Miles, the Pretenders song, and Fairy Tale of New York, Lonely This Christmas. Ringo Starr, to my knowledge, the only Beatle that's done a full-length Christmas album, produced by Mark Hudson of the Hudson Brothers. And it's a pretty nice, fun party album. And not sure where I picked this up. I do not think I paid much, but it's a more recent 2005 recording, BJ Thomas, full-length Christmas album, plus a bonus DVD. My guess is it's probably some sort of Branson production, but it's on a smaller label, and it's cranking out a full holiday show. Travis Tritt. I think this might have been a promo, almost all the way back to Bridget. Oh, it even says promo on the back. Travis Tritt, Christmas Wonderland. You're a standard country artist. Used a couple tracks off this over the years. This was another one, was kind of your standard cutout. Might have bought this at Grandpa Pigeon's now that I think about it. But it's Red Sovine doing some truck driver story type Christmas songs. And there's several stories of young children dying at Christmas. Nothing sells more than a painful death at Christmas. And the Rockettes have done several collections over here. So this is a more recent Rockettes CD collection, Rio City Rockets. And actually, I believe they sing along with the dancing in kind of a chorusy thing. But Caribbean Christmas, I thought was weird. It seems like there was an unusual cover on here. Didn't see anything too special there. Here's another, the Manhattan Transfer. And this is a Rhino. Rhino cranked out the Christmas stuff in the 90s for a while on CD. The Manhattan Transfer, almost an EP. It's got 9 songs here. More of an a cappella production. This I bought, thank God for Bandcamp and a couple of labels like that. So I actually bought this directly from the artist through Bandcamp. Self-produced. Rick Cowling, Rick and Elfin's Rock and Roll Christmas. Actually, kind of a almost seems like it had a little bit of a Christian feel to it. Christian music, nothing wrong with it, but there was one song that I was able to use on one of the Christmas CDs, but have to go through it again. But again, I buy a lot of stuff online directly from the artist just because it's hard to find unique Christmas stuff every year, and it's demanded by you out there. This is a great rockin' Christmas collection, different than their standard stuff. Reverend Heart and Heat always puts on a great show, and their CDs are great. They have a couple originals. Rudolph Front, Santa on the Roof. Excellent track. If you ever have time to listen to it, I would recommend that. Not one, but 2 Whispers. This is on Right Stuff. They did a lot of R&B reissues. And then the Whispers Christmas Moments, which was, I think, a later incarnation of the Whispers. Ellen Weiss, a very interesting album. Actually, Jewish American performer, and she kind of wrote that into a lot of her original songs. Kind of Americana sounding, but it's a different holiday experience, but very good. My favorite version of The Grinch for a long time, showed up on the CD and cassette for quite a few years, actually ongoing, by Whirling Dervishes. It's a nice rockin' version of the Grinch song. Shenandoah, a country group from the 90s, cranked out a few hits, but there's their Christmas album and a promo. Hillary Stagg, we had a couple of his promo CDs. Much to our surprise at the store, I remember we finally got a CD with a picture. We always thought Hillary was a woman. Turns out Hillary is a man. But this is I believe she is a harp player. I'm sorry, apologize. He's a harp player. It's actually very nice sounding Christmas background music. This is on Rounder. This is kind of Americana again. Tony Trzeska. Very, very nice at what they do. Like I said, nothing I've found for the Christmas CD over years. I think I've used a couple tracks off this. The Superions release featuring this is actually Fred Schneider, the B-52's other band. They've done a couple CDs, but there was their Christmas collection. And nothing like beach balls for Christmas. This is actually a really good Christmas album all the way through. Power pop usually lends itself well. Dwight Twilley's Have a Twilley Christmas. Christmas with the Martian. Santa Claus Favorite Christmas. Actually, I believe I used Rockabilly Christmas. Has a really nice power pop tone all the way through. This is kind of legendary. It's actually been reissued with a couple more tracks. Christmas Time. Chris Stamney and Friends has the DBs on here. Ted Lyons, Sid Straw, Alex Chilton. A lot of 90s alternative rock artists. My favorite Ted Lyons is the only law that Santa Claus understood. Referencing a nice Santa gunfight. Smash Mouth gets a lot of rough treatment, almost like a couple other bands from that time, but they did a reasonable Christmas CD with some nice rocket versions of songs. I actually tackled Snoopy's Christmas. Not many people do that. A very nice 2 CD set of Anne Murray. It's kind of a mellow Christmas collection there. A budget collection, which there's also a vinyl of. We'll get to that. Burl Ives. It's got some his classic recordings of Holly Jolly Christmas, Little Drummer Boy, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Winter Wonderland. Pretty good stuff there. Yeah, it's going to take us more than October to get through Christmas, I think. But we will keep working at it. Colin Ray, another country Christmas artist. This is actually a very nice Christmas CD put out by Linda Ronstadt in the late 90s, early 2000s. But her voice was still in great form, and it's very listenable. There's a reissue on Excelsior, which was a budget label, of the New Kids on the Block. Donnie Wahlberg, part of this group, and it is what it is. Peter Mayer has a lot of ties to St. Louis. We used to sell a lot of this. Very nice, a lot of acoustic Christmas guitar playing there. Tommy Fortune. This is an interesting one. A nice private press recording here. Tommy Fortune, Man of the West Songs of Christmas. And there's Tommy West. No barcode, so this is self-produced. I think he was touring around the country doing his little Christmas show. I'm not sure where. There's even a handwritten note from Tommy with his address. Like, should he send him a letter about his most recent CD? So there might have been a promo he sent to like KDX or some other local radio show. I have no date on that one either. Debbie Friedman, she's well known in the Jewish community, put out a lot of albums, a lot of folk sounding music, but this is her Hanukkah Alert album here. Covers a lot of Hanukkah songs and other Jewish holidays, but Hanukkah songs are kind of a challenge sometimes because I try to mix it up every year. Bushfire Records has done a couple. I think they might have done 3 now, but this is one of their annual collections. A lot of current pop artists, More of the Underground, Rug Wave, Jack Johnson, things like that. Tends to be a little more acoustic overall, but it's still pretty good. Oh, ask him what the shirt is. It is Elf, Son of a Nutcracker. Yeah, take a drink and we'll keep cranking through here. Here's an Andy Williams. This one's live. I believe it was recorded in Branson. He did a lot of stuff for Columbia in the earlier years, but this was the later ones. There's a budget reissue of a nice Lawrence Welk album. You can never go wrong with Lawrence Welk. Wind Machine was kind of new agey jazz band. There's a promo from Sorry, I can't talk well tonight. Usher, Coming for Xmas, which I believe was shortly after his it was similar to the show he does now. It was kind of a talent show. This is a nice promo I picked up in my Street Side days. Adam Sandler, another Hanukkah alert there. It is Hanukkah versions part 1 and 2 and the Thanksgiving song on a promo promoting one of his comedy albums around the holidays. Tractors. Have yourself a Tractors Christmas. There was a CD single. Remember when those were a thing? Not much anymore. Has the Santa Claus Boogie. It was actually kind of a hit for them. And I actually ordered this directly through his website. We talked about Father Guido Sarducci in the past, his alter ego, but he did a couple Christmas songs and he put them all together on one CD. 100 Light Bulbs on the Christmas Tree. It was actually a 14-minute song. Worst Christmas song ever is how he describes it. I Won't Be Twisting at Christmas, second worst, which I believe Joe Walsh played on, and Santa's Lament, which got a little airplay on Dr. Demento. And as a bonus track, he's covering in Italian MacArthur Park. This is one I ripped from vinyl for someone and made a copy for myself. Ruth Welcome, Christmas in Zinzerland, which was a stringed instrument, kind of an odd Americana type one. And she made several albums on the Zither. Kataro, Peace on Earth. He's a new age artist and actually a Native American. A generic children's CD I picked up somewhere with the kid style singers, just doing some standard Christmas stuff. This was actually reissued last year on vinyl. Apparently the world was clamoring for Cyndi Lauper's Christmas. Have a nice life Christmas CD. Christmas Conga and Minnie and Santa are both interesting originals on that one. Recent pickup from Goodwill, the Blake Shelton Christmas CD. Oh, man, this is fairly 2015. Punk Goes Christmas, Newfound Glory, Yellow Card, more recent artists cranking out some Christmas there. Cletus T. Judd, he had a run in the 90s with his comedy and kind of trying to be the country Weird Al. So he's doing a lot of Christmas parodies. Trees on Fire was the one that actually caught my attention enough and entertaining enough to use. There's a Rhino reissue of It's a Spike Jones Christmas. It has some of his classic Christmas recordings. All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth. A couple other ones in the standard Spike Jones style. Boney James, nice smooth jazz background CD there. Mercy Me, the Christmas Sessions, Christian rock group there. Sarah McLachlan, her Christmas CD. It's actually very listenable, kind of a nice mellow Christmas CD there. Kim Pencil, another jazz artist there. The reissue of Partridge Family Christmas Card, David Cassidy doing a lot of the vocals on here. And the original vinyl, which I have downstairs, came with an actual Christmas card in it, signed by them. I believe that's a reproduction of a card on the front there. But I do have one with the card. That's the collector's market you're looking for. Is find the copy with the card. Tinsel and Rumble, another jazz artist, New Agey Jazz group. Here's a fun one I heard directly from the artist, The Stools. Very odd, hard to describe, and made their own music. A lot of it just guys in a garage. But they did some nice parodies, and I used a couple on the Christmas CD over the years. This is a nice budget reissue of Tammy Wynette's Christmas songs. And then there was the revival of Twisted Sister when they cranked out the Christmas album. Kind of did Avengers thing where a lot of the tracks start off sounding like other metal bands' big hit, and then they kind of popped into their own song or their own cover. BB Winans, her Christmas. Another one of the truck stop country artists, Max Wiseman, in older days, but he still has a leisure suit, it appears, cranking out a Christmas album. Another budget Kitty Wells Christmas CD. This one is very interesting. Found a lot of weird stuff on it. True Blue Christmas with the Dimmer Twins. A little bit of research. All I know for sure is these artists are from Australia. And there's a lot of Australia references, and it's summer in Australia at Christmas time, so they make a lot of reference to the heat at Christmas time. This is a really nice rounder. Put out a Tiny Tim album in the 90s of all Christmas songs. Actually sings with his baritone and not his falsetto on much. It's actually not as novelty as you would think. Yeah. Squirrel Nut Zippers. They were part of the swing revival in the 90s. There's some pretty good stuff here. They've actually done a couple of stuff on their independent label of Christmas stuff as well. Liz Story, The Gift. There's a promo copy. More kind of folky, I guess. And Sizzle, and I won't try and pronounce her last name. And she actually dropped her last name, so she was very young here and just went by the name Sizzle, and did a couple PBS specials, kind of a classical performer. Jimmy Sturr, one of his polka Christmas albums. Interesting thing about Jimmy Sturr, I believe he has the most Grammys of any living artist, because for years he was the only person cranking out an album that would get nominated or somehow get nominated. So he would pick up the Grammy year after year for the best polka album. Scott Weiland, late Scott Weiland, he did this Christmas album, and it is very much traditional vein. He's singing straight up pop Sinatra sounding all the way through. Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. There's a reissue of their Christmas album. Very much what you a little bit a little more gospel-y than you might think, but it's not a bad album. Screaming Santas, they've done several EPs over the years. Matter of fact, this one's actually put out by themselves and hand numbered on the back. So this is number 434 of They Did Not Say How Many. Remaster of the Frank Sinatra. This is on Capitol before he moved over to Reprise, his own label. Kathy Mattea, her country CD. She Daisy, they were kind of a pop sensation for a short time. Had a Disney tie, put out a couple Christmas songs. Donna Summers, and nothing like the Disco Queen cranking out and this was after she was born again, so it's all very, very gospel-y. One of several George Strait Christmas albums. You know, if you got something that's worked, go for it. This is actually one of the better Dean Martin collections. This is all from his Capitol Records recordings. Marshmallow World is nice. It's very listenable at Christmas time to me. And Lori Morgan, promo of her Christmas album from the 90s. Bill Burkholz, a friend of mine on here. He's a big fan of apparently he had never heard the Italian Mouse song until recently, but here's a reissue of that album on CD, not the original artwork, but it's got the entire album, Dominic the Donkey and Pepe the Italian Mouse. So if you need a copy, you know, I can share that with you. Sixpence None the Richer had a couple of hits, kind of alternative rock, and they did a really nice cover of The Grinch, I believe. But actually, their cover of The Grinch was not on here. They had kind of a minor hit with it, and they went ahead and did a full-length Christmas album, but did not put their hit on it. This is the last few years, but not as new as I thought. Here's 2007. Rick Springfield decided he needed to jump back into the music industry and pop out a Christmas CD. There's a reissue, budget reissue. It looks like I picked up as a cutout of the Kate Smith Christmas album. You see that all the time on vinyl still. And we've gotten through about half this tub. And we are so this I bought at a record store, but it has no barcode. Somehow someone snuck it in. It's definitely a bootleg of some type. Might have been a European deal. But it has 25 actually really hard to find novelty Christmas songs. And quite a few of them, like I said, are kind of actually hard to find. Santa Under Analyst, Stick 'em Up Santa. And actually quite a few of them sound like they were needle drop. But it is a nice way to try and, you can still see it every once in a while. But it is a nice way to pick up some of these rare novelty Christmas 45s. Another one I bought on the internet from the band's little webpage. Might have even been Bandcamp. Our CD Baby, which also was cranking out, artists putting out their own music. This is Housewives on Prozac. Did I Broke My Arm Christmas Shopping? Not a bad, cute little thing there. Michael W. Smith. His Christmas album, of course, a Christian artist. Peter Cetera of Chicago, who went way mellow in his later years, and this is definitely from that time period, singing some Christmas classics. This is actually not that old. A fairly recent version of Sha-Na-Na. Recorded a decent Christmas album. Has a couple novelty tunes on there that are not too bad. And this is Sam Glasser, Rockin' Hanukkah Review. Didn't know much about him, found it, picked it up, and actually it's pretty good. You don't find a lot of parody Hanukkah songs, but Mr. Glasser was able to do that. Latkes, Maccabee, 8 Days a Year, like I said, and they're definitely parodies of Van Halen, a couple other bigger rock artists there. Standard, more recent compilation has more recent artists on here. Train, Kelly Clarkson, nothing exciting there. Elliot Yillam, which I believe he was on one of the talent shows, tied in with Target, put out at Christmas. This has actually been reissued on vinyl with some bonus tracks. This is the Yobs. They're English hardcore punk band. Did some nice parodies, and like I said, it's hardcore punk, cranking it out. And a reissue of the Frank Yankovic Christmas album on CD. There was a track, I can't remember which track it was, that someone came in looking for every year when I was working. We'd always sell a few copies of the Vince Vance, All I Want for Christmas Is You. That might have been the track. There it is. Trout Fishing in America. Nice Americana folk band. They come through St. Louis a lot, at least used to. I'm not sure if they're still touring. But this is their Merry Fishes to All Christmas CD. Has some pretty nice tracks on there. Bobby Vinton. There's Bobby Vinton's Christmas album reissue. Celtic Thunder, who do a lot of time on PBS. It's their overproduced Celtic Christmas sound CD. And then this is very interesting. The Klezmatics, who of course, do klezmer music. And they're tied into Woody Guthrie doing Hanukkah songs in kind of a Woody Guthrie style. This one actually had a couple tracks I liked that are actually, they produce things for Christian radio, do a lot of parodies for like morning shows. And they put several of these. I picked this up, I think, at Goodwill, but they actually did a parody that was secular enough that I decided to use on my Christmas CD a couple years ago. Might have been the Danger Zone, I believe, is what I used. Parody of the Danger Zone. Another nice hardcore, and they put some little skits in there. There's a band called Spine Punch, ordered directly from them through Bandcamp. I even chatted with the one of the people in the band a couple times online. Reissue of the Bobby Sherman CD. Here's the Polygram did this quite a bit. They would do this back-to-back deal, so you get half Supremes and half Temptations Christmas. Sting has done a couple of Christmas projects. This was more of his classical one. If on a Winter's Night, so it's even put up a Dutchy Gramophone, has a DVD, but it's very much very traditional sounding. Mason Williams of Classical Gas fame. It's his Christmas CD. Brian White, another country artist. Tractors, that's their full length. Santa's Coming to Town. The Irish Tenors, again, they did a lot of time on PBS as well, and they did several Christmas albums. We Three Kings. This is a James Taylor Christmas album. I think it was compiled from his other ones and available at the Hallmark stores at Christmas. I believe this is his more recent one, At Christmas. And this is Roy Zimmerman, another one I bought through CD Baby. Has some pretty nice Christmas songs and even ties into Hanukkah a little bit. We've done pretty good, but we'll call it a night here pretty soon. Triology, this is a big band. Christmas Does Christmas, Triology Big Band. And Jessica Simpson's Christmas CD. Zebrahead, rock band. There was their promo single for I Hate Deck the Halls, I Hate Christmas. Showed up on a lot of compilations. And band called Stew, promo Christmas single, and actually not a lot of artwork, but it's actually a pretty decent song. Kind of a bluesy song. It's Christmas of Green. Now I have it all. Chuck Negron of Three Dog Night fame. Here's his Christmas album when he was trying to kind of make a comeback a few years back. One of my favorites, again, I think directly through their website, is Arrogant Worms. Has one of my favorite songs, Santa's Gonna Kick Your Ass. Christmas Time is Almost Here. It's a pretty solid comedy Christmas album. And nothing like turkeys with chainsaws. Frank Patterson, who I think he might have done some PBS, but he's been a while, doing his Irish Christmas stuff. One of the better Beach Boys collection. I think this compiled their full length. And then the follow-up they worked up along with some commercials and alternate tracks. Probably the best compilation of the Beach Boys Christmas music. Newfound Glory promo single for Xmas. I think they're one of those bands that actually put out several Christmas CDs over the years. All right, last stack and we'll call it a night. It's getting late. Misplaced Holidays comedy group. Did a lot of sketches, couple parodies. Again, I heard directly from them on CD, baby. 25th day of December. This is a nice Stax reissue, I believe, by the Staple Singers. Actually, a really nice Christmas CD. Martha Munzai, When You Came. This is a promo I picked up. I don't know much about them. Mary, Christmas artist there. Or a Christian artist. Leonard Skinner's Christmas Time Again. Because when you think Christmas, by gosh, you think Skinnerd. The NSYNC Christmas album. And we'll finish tonight on a high note here. Let me pull it out so we can see the fine artwork. Christmas at Luke's house. Luke, of course, of Two Live Crew fame. When you think Luke of Two Live Crew, you think, I'd like to hear him do a Christmas album. And by gosh, he was not too afraid to do that for us. So there we have it. All right, that's a couple for tonight. We will go through more tomorrow. If there's something in particular anyone wants to see or want me to play a bit of or more information, I'll be happy to impart whatever I know about it. Hope you're enjoying this. Everyone stay safe. Wear a mask so we can quit hiding in our houses and such. And be careful out there. Rock on. And Merry Christmas in July. We're going to keep going. Have a good evening. Bye.